So this is 1.6c in elementary algebra as we continue on with fractions. And when we get to example 17, we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. We're going to add 3 fractions instead of 2, but it's really not too much different. We're just going to take our 6 and break it into 3 and 2. Our 8, we're going to break it into 2 and 4 and 2 and 2. So those are our product of primes. And our 4, 2 and 2. Okay, so now we're going to look and see, there 2 occurs once there, 3 times there, twice there. So we circle the 3, and really we just get rid of the rest. Okay, and 3 occurs once there, none there, and none there, so we take that one. So we take 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which is 8 times 3 is 24. So 24 is the smallest number that 6, 8, and 4 go evenly into. Okay, so that means that we have to change each of those numbers. We have to change the 6 to a 24, the 8 to a 24, and the 4 to a 24. So how do we do that? How do we change that 6 to a 24? Well, we multiply it by 4, and we multiply the top by 4. How do we change the 8 to a 24? Multiply it by 3, and then we multiply the top by 3. And the 4 changes to a 24 by multiplying it by 6 and the top by 6. So let's look and see what we've got when we take these and actually do the math. 4 times 1 is 4 over 24. This one here is 3 times 1 is 3 over 24. This one here, 1 times 6 is 6 over 24. So now my denominators are all 24, and then I just add those numbers there, and I'm done. Okay, so for example 18, we have 3 minus 5, 6. So I like to make that into a fraction so that I know that I've got a 1 and a 6. Now one of the things that's nice is whenever one of the denominators is the number 1, then the other denominator is the common denominator. So how would I change that 1 to a 6? Multiply it by 6. So I multiply the top by 6. So 18 over 6 is the same as 3 over 1. I have common denominators, so I know I'm done there. And 18 minus 5 is 13, and I'm done. Okay, so let's look at the problem set 1.6, and 7 through 22, you're finding the product of primes. So you're just taking a number, like this is number 9, and you're just doing the factor tree like that, and then writing it as 2 times 19. Okay. For 23 over 34, you're reducing each fraction by finding the product of primes for the numerator and for the denominator. So like for 24, you've got 165 over 385. And what you're going to do is you're going to find the product of primes, and you're going to have a bunch of numbers here over product of primes there, a bunch of numbers there. And if any of the numbers are the same, you can cancel them. And then what you'll do is you'll multiply the ones that aren't canceled and get a number there, and you'll get a number there. So you're just multiplying the numbers that are not canceled there. Okay, let's see. 47 to 50, you're just telling me which number is bigger and which number is smaller. 51 to 62, you're multiplying. Looks like you're multiplying a lot there and dividing. And if you need help, just remember to go back over your notes. 91 to 106, all those have common denominators, so they should be real easy to add. The ones that can be a little tricky, though, are the ones like 111 to 136. where you are trying to find the common denominators. So let's look at 132. We have 1/8 plus 1/4 plus 1/5 plus 1/10. Okay, so remember, take the product of primes. 5 is already a prime number, so it's just 5. And 10 is 2 times 5. And then remember, you're looking at each row and circling the ones that occur the most often. 2 occurs 3 there, it occurs twice there, and once there, so we don't want those. 5, on the other hand, occurs once here and once here. So remember, circle 1, cross 1 out. So that leaves me at 2 times 2 times 2 from here, and this 5. So it leaves me with a denominator of 40. So for each one of these, I have a denominator of 40. That's what's common to all of them. Okay, so how did I get from 8 to 40? I multiplied by 5. So I multiply the top by 5. How did I go from 4 to 40? I multiplied by 10, so I multiply the top by 10. How do I go this to 40? I multiplied it by 8, so I multiply the top by 8. And I multiplied this by 4, so I multiply the top by 4. The common denominators here are 40, which is good. That means I can put in my answer 40, and then I add these numbers here, 15, 23, 27, and there's my answer then. Okay, so product of primes, least common denominator, and then once you have that, find out what you have to multiply the numerator by, and then add the numerators, and you'll get the right answer. And that's it for lesson 1.6.